Hey, how you guys doing? So as you guys know, there is that Shuffle Festival coming, which is going to be a live stream of the girls singing their first solo songs, but instead, the twist is that they're going to be swapping with other girls. So for example, we know Ayumu's first solo song is Yume no Ippo, but instead she might sing something like Starlight or Doki People Emotion. The only thing is she'll have no chance of singing her own song. So the whole point is for these girls to shuffle around their songs. This will be on March 20th to 21st. You can buy the live stream tickets for around, 4,800 yen, which is, I don't know, like $45 US or so. So I went ahead and asked you guys, who do you guys think should sing which song? Since they actually had a poll where you go through each girl, I more or less recreated the poll where you can vote for the girls and choose what girls should sing what song. They just can't sing their own song, so Ayumu cannot sing Yume no Ippo. But you can vote for any song beyond that. And yes, you could do duplicates. Some people did do duplicates. I saw someone vote Starlight for everything except Cotton. So yeah, technically that was a thing. But I guess that's also technically a thing for the official poll. But the main reason why I did this poll is because we don't know the results until the actual live stream. So this is a good way for us to get a bit of a guess to see what most people are interested in. So these are the full results. I went and highlighted the winners for each section. And then I bolded the number which was the highest for each girl. So the reason why that some bolded did not get highlighted yellow, because I imagine they would not have a song be sung twice by two different girls, because I think that's not fair. It would be kind of silly, for example, if everyone just sang Starlight and then Cotton would sing not Starlight. That's not fair to all the other girls, all the other seiyus who had their songs neglected. So I imagine the staff will make sure that they will have everyone get their song swapped to someone else. It's the only fair thing to do, so I'm going to do the same thing for that. So I'm going to go over through each one individually, but for a quick example, we look at Kanta. Her most voted was for Chase, but someone else got more votes for Chase, Shiraiku, so therefore Shiraiku is going to sing Chase instead. So let's go ahead and go through each of the girls and talk about the results and what I think about it. So the first one we're going to go over is Ayumu, and this is a chart that shows the percentages of her votes. So the most voted for her is Anata no Rizo no Heroine, and that is the one that I will be giving to her because that's the most voted for her as well as for Anata Rizo no Heroine, so there is no conflict here. And I'm sure, as you can see, you can't hear the audio of this because that's going to be a lot of audio, and frankly it's not going to be Ayumu singing it, it's going to be the original one because that's all I can do so far for All Stars. But this at least gives you a visual look to see what you think the girls will look like when they're dancing and singing to the song. And maybe later I can do the full audio. But if you're interested in getting the full audio and the full dance, I will give you a link in the description. Except Chase will be muted because obviously. But if you want to just watch the full predictions, I'll give you a link in the description where you can watch that. But I think this is a great fit for Ayumu. The song is about trying to be someone else's ideal hero, which, you know, and especially the fact that it says Anata and you, I think that just kind of fits. Next up, we have Shizuku, and she was voted most to go for Evergreen, which I guess that works. Shizuku is not necessarily about nature, but I mean, someone had to get Evergreen, and I think this slower kind of style does match Shizuku a bit more, and I think she could pull off Evergreen relatively well, but I was just thinking Yume no Ippo would work maybe potentially better for her, but I guess that had slightly less votes. She also did receive a good amount of votes for Katsui no Hikari, which I think she could have pulled off pretty well because Shizuku does have a good voice, but she doesn't seem to be voted a lot for the more very energetic songs, which, you know, I would have been kind of curious to see that, but I guess we will not be seeing that in this Shuffle Live. Next up, we have Shiraiku, and I guess in a way this is going to be her second solo song. I think she's definitely due for another solo song, but for this one, we have her going for Chase, which, yeah, I kind of saw that coming. I do think Shiraiku could pull Chase off pretty well, and just her style, and I think she's gonna look pretty good with it. She also got some votes for Starlight, Yume no Ippo, and Evergreen, which, Evergreen, that's kind of an odd choice. I don't really see that, but I think Chase is just a really good one that seems to be really fun for her. And I don't know, this just Envy looks good, and having her dance at this just looks really fun and really entertaining. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Chase for her. Next up we have Reena, and the two choices that I thought would make the most sense would be Mecha Going and Diamond. And of course we got Diamond for Reena, which I do think could work pretty well, as I don't know, like it seems about kind of the right energy that Doku people had, and doing Diamond doesn't seem to be that far different. And if you just look strictly from the MV, it looks like she could definitely be the one who's originally doing it. And of course, seeing Customy is definitely going to be a little off because she's definitely not Customy, but I do think she can pull it off relatively well. I was also thinking Mecha Going because, I and Reena are also friends, as you can see in the anime, but I just thought it's just another kind of that high energy stuff that Reena could pull off pretty well. But I guess some people also want Starlight because, obviously for the comedic factor, which I could also see as well. So now we shift over to Customy, and well, she's just going to be swapping with Reena, apparently, because that's the way you guys voted. So now she's going to do Doki People Emotion, since I guess they have kind of some similar kind of energy in their songs. So I do think they both can do a chart song pretty well here, because Customy is also pretty goofy as well, and Doki People Emotion is kind of like that kind of song. So that's pretty interesting that people voted that way, where they just flopped songs. But she also got a good amount of votes for Mecha Going, which I thought she could do pretty well. But of course she didn't win it, but it's possible that they might swap in the official one. So we'll have to keep that in mind, but these are definitely good songs for them to swap. Now we hit Satsuna Yuki, and she just swapped with Shiraiku here, as, yeah, I could see it. They're kind of similar in styles, they got that really cool kind of atmosphere that they generate with their instrumentals, and they got some strong, powerful voices. So it does make a lot of sense that we have Satsuna singing Katsune no Hikari, because I think they both can pull chart songs pretty good here, and that would definitely probably be my choice. Beyond that, there wasn't really too much consensus here. I know, I guess you could do Starlight, but people also thought you can do Nemena Mori no Ikaitai now, which I guess that's just for pure opposites. But Katsune no Hikari definitely looks really good, and I think it's going to be just really fun to have Satsuna sing that song. Now we go to the first girl, which didn't get their first pick because someone else got a higher amount of votes for that one. And for Cuttin, their highest amount of votes was actually for Chase, which I guess she could do pretty well. However, Shiraiku got more votes for Chase, so therefore we're going to go to her second highest choice, which is Mecha Going. So she's going to be swapping with Aimee Shita, as you'll see soon enough. But Chase does work, but I do think Mecha Going could work, although it's kind of weird to see Cuttin be a little bit more energetic, but I guess this is part of the fun of that. So we're going to have a Diver Diva swap here. And this is going to be kind of fun to watch, as, this song is definitely a little bit more energetic and fun, which, I know, kind of necessarily isn't going to go about being happy and fun with her song. So I guess this is going to be kind of more of a fun, interesting one to watch. Next up, we have Emma, and her most voted was actually for Shiraiku's solo song, which is Katsui no Hikari. And I guess that's probably because I know Uta has opened people's eyes to what she could sing. But instead, someone else got voted more for that. Of course, it was Satsuna got a lot of votes. So we're going to go to her second most voted, which is going to be Nemari Mori ni Ikaitai na, which she also got a lot of votes for. And I mean, if we think about the lullaby songs that she did, she could probably do this pretty well. So I do think this is actually pretty fitting for her, and she can do it pretty well. People were also thinking Yume Enu Ippo and Anata no Reason no Heroine, which I do think she could have done pretty well. So a lot of the slower songs were definitely the choices for Emma Verde. Next up, we have Aimee Shita, and as kind of mentioned before, we're going to have a Diver Diva swap, so she's going to be singing Starlight. Now, of course, that wasn't actually her most voted. Her most voted was going to be a swap with Reena, which is going to be Doki People Emotion, but Customy actually got more votes for that, so Customy is going to be flipping with. So, of course, she goes with the second most voted, which is Starlight, which, Cotton's known for the more that kind of her style, and I do think I could pull that off. Especially if you think about Mecha Going, that style that she's going for, and just Diver D in general, that definitely does work with Ai pretty well. So I do think she can do Starlight pretty well. Although the rest of her solo songs are definitely more about that kind of fun, happy kind of style of song, which doesn't seem to match at all to this, because that's kind of the opposite. But I kind of would like to see Ai go in this direction a little bit more. So perhaps this will change people's minds in the future, but I do think this works pretty well for her. And last but not least, we have Kanta, and that one's kind of more of a mess to go through, as basically she didn't even get close to our top getting picked here, because a lot of her votes are kind of spread out. So her most voted one was for Chase, but Shiraiku got more votes for Chase. So then her second most voted, well, that was going to be Evergreen, but Shizuku got one more vote for that, so she's not going to do Evergreen. So her third most voted was Anata no Reason no Hero, but Ayumu got more votes for that. So we're going to go to our fourth most voted, which is Yume and Ibo, as no one else actually had that one selected. So I guess she is going to get this one. So I don't think this is necessarily a good guess, as she just got pushed around a lot in the polls. And I don't know, I think she could do this. You know, Kanta, yeah, she is a sleepy girl, but she has so much more beyond that, and she could do songs that are more lively. So she doesn't necessarily have to just to default to Evergreen or Anata no Reason no Heroine. She could do something more exciting, and I would love to see her do Chase. I think she can pull it off because her Seiyu is very talented, and it would be kind of fun to see that. But I guess according to my results, she's going to get Yume no Ibo, which I think she could still do pretty well. I don't know, maybe as the saying goes, the early bird gets the worm, and if you count on and you're sleeping in, you're not going to get your pick. So we'll have to see how this goes, but I still think she could do it pretty well. So those were the accumulation of your guys' votes. Again, this was not my opinions, not my picks. Here are going to be some charts. So this one is just based on each song, so you can see which got the most votes for each song. I don't know if that's very helpful, but I decided to put it together anyways. And then I have the opposite, so you can see which song was voted most for each girl. This is just a visual way, although I had the numbers, that's probably easier. But if you like visual looks, this is going to be which one is voted most for each girl, but not necessarily the one that each one's going to sing. And here are the demographics of the viewers if you wanted to know where people voted and what age group has dominated my poll. Again, thank you to all the people who are participating in this polls. These are all the people who wish to be credited in this poll. Thank you guys so much, as again, I can't do this without you guys, as this is just accumulation of all of your guys' votes. And also, a shout out to Coolmax for supporting this channel. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Who do you think is going to be singing which song? What do you think is the best? Do you agree with these results? What are you most excited for? And also, let's say Mia and Lanju were a part of this somehow. Who would be singing which song? So what would Mia be singing? What would Lanju be singing? And who would be singing their songs? Let me know in the comments below about that. And do you think there's going to be potential for more of these in the future? Do you think they're going to hit their second solo songs in the future? Do you think this could be expanded to the second solo songs in the future? Or the third solo songs? Assuming these girls will eventually get the second solo, third songs for like Shiraiku. How about Aqua? Do you think Aqua would potentially get a shuffle live? That would be pretty cool. And if you think that's possible, do you get some ideas of who's going to be singing whose? I don't know if music is going to be possible because they didn't really do that many solo songs. And it's been a while since they've done anything. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below, and any ideas you think this could be expanded to. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And hope to catch you guys in another video soon.